In this i3BAR course, you'll be learning two types of model. One is the reporting module that focus on the dynamic, interactive commentary, something that wow people on what has already happened, but presented in a very, very attractive way that allows question and answer. But to many of my students over the years, they realize that for them to progress in their career, it's not enough just presenting what has already happened. They would like to go further into the corporate ladder, up the corporate ladder, to be able to answer questions that what may happen, what will happen with simulation model. Models like this that allows the ability to just click a button and show you the impact, the variations, the assumptions behind it. What we have here is a sales sensitivity analysis. This is the model that you'll be learning, but the concept behind building this kind of model has helped a lot of my students into various decision making. For example, one who use it in the manufacturing floor to plan the human resource to be in line with the orders. There are scientists who actually use it to plan in terms of the fundings and all this, and engineers on the flight timing. Alright, so what we learn here is the assumption, categorizing of all these items into the various compartmentalize them into the various behavior, so that you know exactly how to build the assumptions in such a way that as you click a button, you can see not just one item change, but many different items that is impacted by that is driven in varying degree the changes to the bottom line. Alright, let's see. Boss say, increase your sales revenue by 5%. Sure, boss, but do you want to increase everybody, or you are just having a particular department in mind? Because we have 3. Boss say, oh, forget about this too. Just let's increase Financial Hero by 5%. Okay, boss, as you are aware, Financial Hero generate revenue in 3 ways: by selling the paper, or selling premium advertisement or standard advertisement. Which are we looking at? Oh, let's talk about the number of copies. Sure, number of copies. To increase the sales, also we can look into increasing the number of copies or increasing the price. Are we talking about, oh no, boss say, let's not increase the price further. Let's push the sales guy a bit further for them to come up with new ideas how we can increase readership. Sure, fine. Increase quantity by 5%. As I click the button, I'd like you to focus on the scenario here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did you notice? It's not just circulation that increased, but the cost has increased. Why? Because the more newspaper you produce, the more cost of the paper and the ink that will incur to increase, but they are not exactly the same amount. Alright, and why is expenses affected as well? Sales and marketing. For one thing, if you're going to push your sales guy, the sales guy is not going to just take it as it is. There'll be costs involved, incentives, bonus, and all this that impacted. What about general admin? Well, there will be the operation sides working overtime. There'll be more people needed to go distribute the newspaper. There are a lot of costs involved, but all this we don't work on it only when the boss say 5% increase. All these are things that we already know, but we can build the assumption table according to past knowledge, create a environment that whatever situation that comes our way, even if it's a negative, let's say we are expecting a decrease in sales by 5%, it will still work. Do you see that? Okay, the impact. Hey, why is a decrease in sales still resulting in a higher general admin? Because certain costs cannot be reduced. Having lesser of a circulation papers and all this may also trigger other costs involved. So the assumption is not linear. But you will learn how all these assumptions can be compartmentalized and work on it to set up once and for all. And best of all, no matter what kind of assumption you set up, there will be people who challenge you. How you can work on all these assumption changes without actually touching any formulas. Because isn't that our biggest fear? To be questioned on our Excel formula, which we also will be looking at the long strings of formulas as wondering how did we get there. So in i3BAR, what we believe is all short and sweet formulas, but everything is just a factors for consideration, factors for changes. We can even pass the assumption table to the next person who doesn't know Excel at all to say, be my guest, change whatever factors you might think is useful that helps us make a better decision. Because honestly, your guess is as good as my guess. Let's not fight over it. Alright, so that's what you will learn